We promised to marry at 35 if we were both single, I forgot, until he showed up on my wedding day. I never expected Alex to actually remember our drunken pact from college, but there he was, standing at the back of the church on my wedding day, holding a decade-old napkin with our signatures. What happened next changed everything, minds, and not in the way romantic comedies would have you believe. Alex and I met freshman year when we were assigned as chemistry lab partners. We were complete opposites, minus. He was the spontaneous artist who barely studied yet axed exams, while I was the over-prepared planner with color-coded notes and 3 backup alarms. Kippa, we became inseparable friends. During senior year, after we'd both been through particularly brutal breakups, we found ourselves at our favorite dive bar at 2 a.m. Alex grabbed a napkin and wrote out what seemed hilarious at the time. If we're both still single at 35, we marry each other, no questions asked, no backing out. We signed it, took a blurry photo, and promptly forgot about it, minus, or at least I did. After graduation, life took us in different directions. I pursued my career in Seattle, while Alex traveled through Europe, Asia, and eventually settled in New York. We stayed in touch sporadically, minus birthday texts, occasional phone calls, and liking each other's social media posts. At 34, I met Michael. He was kind, stable, and everything I thought I wanted. When he proposed after a year of dating, I said yes without hesitation. The wedding planning consumed my life for the next 6 months. On my wedding day, as I stood in the bridal room making final adjustments to my veil, my maid of honor peeked in. "Here is someone here to see you, Mazits." It's important. When I stepped into the small anteroom, there was Alex, minus, looking exactly like himself, yet somehow different. Older, more settled, with the same mischievous smile. "You are getting married," he said, not a question but a statement. "In about 30 minutes, I replied suddenly, aware of my racing heart. He pulled out his wallet and carefully extracted a faded napkin, now laminated, our ridiculous pact preserved for 12 years. "I'm not here to stop your wedding or make some grand romantic gesture." He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. I wanted to give you this. As a wedding gift, he handed me the napkin. I carried this through 17 countries and 4 apartments, not because I was waiting to cash in on it, but because it reminded me of one of the best friendships I've ever had. I felt tears threatening to ruin my makeup. "Why are you really here, Alex?" "To say congratulations, to meet the guy who won your heart." And maybe he hesitated to see if we could be friends again, real friends, not just social media acquaintances. What happened next wasn't a dramatic runaway bride scenario or a last-minute confession of undying love. Instead, I introduced Alex to Michael. They shook hands, and Alex sat in the back row during the ceremony. At the reception, Alex gave a surprise toast that had everyone laughing and me crying. He and Michael discovered a shared obsession with obscure sci-fi shows. Before leaving, Alex hugged me and whispered, "He's a good one." 3 years later, Alex is my husband's best friend and my daughter's favorite uncle. He met his partner at our first anniversary party, and they're getting married next spring. Sometimes the pacts we make aren't about the promises themselves, but about the connections that last long after the napkins have faded. And sometimes the most romantic love stories aren't romantic at all. Minus, they're about the friendships that survive everything life throws at us.